up the ladder to earn the right to meet Mike Whalin in this, the championship match, game number 3. Going just a little bit light on the left-hand lane.
Almost getting a bad break, but getting the 5 out to make this an easy spare instead of what would have been a relatively difficult split.
Well, he alluded to it himself, Jennifer. How many breaks can you get? And what I've found, too, in the game, the better you're throwing the ball, the more breaks you seem to get. So
Exactly.
I think you create your own luck.
Good point.
Felt like that on the first one. Come on, Mark.
Riga being one of our more vocal players this year.
Well, I was looking forward to miking him earlier as we look at Mike Whalin, 38 years old, 220 average, shake it off.
Awesome. And that's how you get a 220 average.
As Harry Carey says, holy cow, was that a great shot. The revolutions Mike puts on a bowling ball ought to be illegal.
Honestly, I don't think there's anything that pumps a bowler up more than hearing that crunch at the end of your release, and there it goes, all 10 gone.
23rd TV appearance, Mike Whalin, and this is why.
Once again, same shot, same crunch.
I don't know.
And you know,
yeah, we got a car big enough for Mike to fit into.
Since Riga doesn't actually look at his opponents, well, you know he's got to hear them.
Unless he has some of those little squeezy safety earplug things, yeah.
Getting pretty good at that.
Getting pretty good at what, Riga? Answering the call?
Talking on the mic.
I think that might be the case.
He wants our job, I think.
No way. Too good a bowler. A lot of years left in this man.
Once again,
Highlight,
decent break.
in the middle. Something in the middle.
Highlight, something in the middle. He's trying to figure out what he needs to do. And a lot of times, you're not sure if it's you or the lane. And right now, you have to know your own game. Riga, you're throwing the ball great. I would make an adjustment on the lane.
Once again, Riga sparing up so nicely as he usually does.
Riga, we alluded, 23 years young. Been bowling for quite a while, and he's been on TV so many times.
That worked pretty good.
Veteran.
He needs one of them little clicker things like you got in golf, you know, every time you...
How many times has
Another clicker.
23, yeah, that's right. 222 average, 752 to get on today's show. And he bowls right here out of LaRue, as we alluded to before. You don't have to be a big guy, 155 pounds, and he can trash some pins.
That time not getting the break.
Well, he's been asking for it for several shots and breaking down those critical splits, now leaving the 410 and not taking very much time here. Okay, now he's settled down a little bit.
This is a difficult spare going across the alley to cross the pin over.
Oh, good shot.
Tongue-in-cheek, good shot.
Boy, Riga's about as demoralized as I've seen him in a long time. Of course, normally he's striking with so much regularity, he doesn't need to be demoralized, but we're going to see how Mike now.
Well, Jennifer, seriously, okay, we've got a 155-pound guy that's a very, very good bowler going up against a Mike Whalin averaging about the same, but coming in at 260 pounds. And
Tail of the tapes?
And not just knocking down pins, physically destroying pins. That in itself, to me, has some sort of a psychological factor, unless you're prepared to deal with it before it starts. 5'5" against 6 foot, 155 against 260, 15 years difference in the age. It all plays into the game.
Well, now that could help Riga out slightly. That time with Mike going high. So many times, too, when you do go high, instead of making a move, it actually was you. And so just go back to where you were playing and stroke it a little better in your normal fashion.
Okay, what we see is Kalfas is 33 pins. Trails by 33, not out of it, very young in the match. Mike Whalin looking at the overhead scoreboard and our overhead monitors, which is also showing the broadcast of the show. A nice feature here with the automatic scores. Brunswick has done a fine job at it.
Riga once again going hard.
Once you get down a little low, so you can drill it into the floor.
Okay, he mentioned something at that point. Drill it into the floor. He's dropped his shoulder several times right there. See now, see the ball hit behind the line and then bounce over it. If we could see that again at some point later in the match, we'll show you that that is not what you want to do.
Because using his leverage of his knee bend.
Exactly, exactly. Because the minute that ball hits behind the line, your hand is out of position. You cannot lift the ball out of the lane, obviously, because you're already done. And the ball is going to go anywhere, and wherever it goes, it's not going to hit.
Riga's starting at the age of 8, and I've seen a lot of interest in the youth bowlers wanting to be good. And I think we have a lot of good role models out there that's making that so. And the BPA has a fine traveling league for juniors that's very good experience if you want to get your child involved.
That's the kind of ball he would throw to register 12 300 games to his credit. This is how you do it. Stay down, roll through the ball. Wow, what a clean roll. 1-2 pocket filled up, 10 out of here. Mike Whalin, right-hand lane, maintaining a 44-pin lead at this point, halfway through the match.
One more for Mike, coming off a spare.
I really don't see how he's going to be beat today unless the wheels completely fall off. And Mike is going to be traveling upstate to do a little bowling. He does a lot of that. And as a matter of fact, he's going to be catching a plane just a few minutes from now. So maybe he's striking to try to save time, John.
Yeah, one more.
Oh,
It's a little emotion for Mike. You don't see that too often.
Well, in our show at Crossgate Lane, so we were watching the same thing, and I don't know if I said it, but I was thinking it. He's the most animated I've seen him to date, showing that emotion, running things out, slapping his hands a little bit. Not really indicative of the way that Mike normally carries himself. You're looking at a confused, and at this point, a beaten man. Watch here when you drop your shoulder. Now watch the ball come down behind the line and then bounce over right here. Watch it. Boom. Now that's behind the line. Now see it bounce up into the air? That's not the way it's supposed to be done, folks. It's supposed to be lifted out onto the lane rather than bounce into the lane and then bounce back up.
And for his spare, he had a great release, a great approach.
The low-angle camera gives us the benefit of watching that and critiquing these types of things. And again, ladies and gentlemen,
it works on this lane, but it don't work on the other one.
Works on this lane. Well, let's see if it does work on this lane. 54 pins and only a little bit of paper left. Will it work this time? Well, he knows his lanes. Yes, pairs can be different, folks, and it's nothing wrong with the lanes. It's nothing wrong with the way the lanes are dressed or the proprietors or anything else. It's just part of the game. It's part of the game that makes it interesting, Jennifer.
I agree.
Wow. Jeez. I don't know what to say about this other than its power. The forearms of Mike Whalin. Watch this ball get out onto the lane, well out onto the lane, and nothing but power and revolutions to carry or slap that 7-pin out late.
Back to the difference in the lanes quickly. When you're in lead play and you're playing on the same sets of lanes, it's important that you realize the characteristics of these lanes because you're going to be coming back to them.
Exactly right. So, great break for Mike Whalin. He's smiling a little bit and telling Riga, I don't believe it either, because he has been on the negative end.
Before I leave this place today, I will find a way to strike on this.
Riga's interacting some humor on us, too.
Well, it's a challenge now. He knows he's lost the match. He just wants to try to figure something out to strike. Well, that's as close as he's been in a while. At least you found a way to hit the pocket, Riga. That's half the battle. And knowing that the match is well out of reach, being the player that he is, go up and try to make the spare. And, look at this. Yay! A nicer gentleman you will never, ever want to meet.
Or either of the gentlemen.
Both of them. Mike, you know, and last time Mike was on, I had a phone call. Said, is he as mean as he looks? No, he's not as mean.
Not a bit.
He is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Mike is an accomplished bowler and he's an accomplished human being. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Mike Whalin. His bowling accomplishments are just numerous. Good shot of him waiting for his turn on the right-hand lane. Again, the friendly hand slap. And Michael will be collecting his check and heading on out of town to see if he can earn just a little bit of more. Bowling is Michael's life, and not to mention there aren't other facets that are important to him, but wow, jeez.
You know what? I think he's thrown every single strike you can possibly throw with power. All different variations. Light.
I mean to tell you, it is great.
Light in the pocket. He's gone for the solid packers, like he did, tripping out the 6 and the 10 pin the frame before. And one's just like that, getting out the 7.
Crunch, 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 crunch. This match is over. Mike Whalin, what a great showing. Finishing out with potential 278. Way too much for Riga Kalfas. Proved to be too much for Riga Kalfas. 267 to Riga's 183. Our champion, Mike Whalin.
Schiller Ford in Harrison, Ohio, Hamilton County's newest Ford dealer, is located only 6 minutes west of I-275 and I-74. Ford Escort, starting at $69.99. Ford Escort, all new and priced hundreds less than Civic or Corolla. Ford Ranger, only $69.99. Gets better gas mileage than Chevy or Toyota. Schiller Ford in Harrison, Ohio. Drive to the west and save the best. Guaranteed.
Confused by what you've heard about hair transplant surgery? Not convinced? Do yourself a favor. Call the Professional Hair Institute for your free copy of A Physician's Answers to Hair Loss. Written by renowned microsurgeon Dr. Richard P. Giannato, the pamphlet helps explain the causes of hair loss, details the latest developments in hair transplantation surgery, and answers all the most asked questions. Call for your free copy now. Restoring your lost hair permanently might be just a phone call away. Call the Professional Hair Institute of Cincinnati at 793-2226 for your free copy.
It's some things that have changed for the better, and some things that haven't changed at all. It's getting something back again you thought you might be losing. It's everyone for one another instead of everyone for himself. It's finding something in yourself you never knew you had. Bowling at BPAA centers, it's a whole lot more than a game.
Week number 8's in the can, and Mike Whalin is our winner. And we would like to see you on March the 24th.
At Holly Lanes. Come out and see how this all happens.
Give them a call for times and see us every week here. CPO Channel 9 at 11 o'clock. Stay tuned.
BPA, King of TV Bowling, brought to you by Hudy Delight Premium Light Beer, the light beer with Cincinnati style. And the Greater Cincinnati BPA Bowling Proprietors Association. Bowling is more fun in a BPA center. And by Pepsi, the choice of a new generation. This show is a presentation of New Productions.